Now, as we get into the early afternoon hours today, we're going to start to see some thunderstorms firing off, especially down here through Texas and Oklahoma. We'll start to see potentially some thunderstorms firing off in eastern Kansas. Things could start getting severe as we get into the early to mid-afternoon. Let's move forward in time towards 4 to 5 p.m. and things are really firing off now. You can see we have some thunderstorms still moving through the Dallas-Fort Worth region up towards Oklahoma City and Tulsa. Could be just to the east of Oklahoma City. Fort Smith, Fayetteville, western Arkansas, you're going to want to pay attention as we get into the late afternoon. Up here towards Topeka, Kansas City, Omaha, we have storms moving through late afternoon, early evening. Pay attention. These could be severe. Let's push forward a little bit in time here. And then up there in Michigan as well, you're getting thunderstorms early afternoon as we push into the early evening as well. Let's push forward to about 7, 8 o'clock, getting real messy up here. Iowa, pushing out towards central Missouri. You can see down here, Springfield, Missouri. Towards Little Rock, we're still getting some thunderstorms here. Could be strong to severe thunderstorms. Dallas, we still have some storms down there. Now, I think things start to turn more severe as we get later into the evening. You can see around 9:10, we start to get a QLCS forming here, more of a linear mode. And this could prompt potentially some stronger winds and elevate our tornado chances. So this is going to be out here towards 9 to 10 p.m., pushing out towards eastern Kansas, northwestern Missouri. You see that squall line beginning to form, and it begins to stretch really from central Milwaukee all the way down into, it tries to push all the way down into central Oklahoma here. You still got some strong storms out ahead of it. We're talking 11 p.m. tonight into midnight, and that squall line begins to move out into the east, and it begins to stretch again down to the south. You can see almost down towards central Texas here. It's going to be a little bit of a mess today. You could definitely get severe weather with these thunderstorms that fire off early to mid-afternoon. As we get into the early evening, we're going to try to see a consolidated squall line out here across the central plains pushing out east. And then as we push into the overnight hours, this is when things could get dangerous for some people out here. I'm watching southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, eastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas today especially. Pushing out a little bit further, we're going to have a rough commute in the morning potentially for anyone in this region. Our storms are going to continue to push off into the east. And then as we get into the early afternoon hours, this is when we could start seeing the potential for some severe weather up and down this line. This is a decent looking squall line on the HRRR. So know where you are. It's not always typical you get severe weather this early on in the day. So western Pennsylvania pushing through central to southeastern Ohio. We're watching Kentucky, Indiana, western Tennessee, portions of Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. If I left you out, you know where you are. Make sure you have your alerts on. Make sure you know what's going on as we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow. We push a little bit later into the evening hours, and now we have the squall line pushing out towards eastern Pennsylvania, almost into Virginia, out towards North Carolina. We have some storms moving into Georgia, Alabama. We're continuing to see a lot of thunderstorms stretching all the way down the Gulf Coast here through Louisiana and Texas. And then as we push through the night, these storms are likely going to begin to dissipate a little bit, but we could still see a lot of rainfall and some flooding concerns down here again across the Gulf states.